something said non-toxic, that it literally meant that it had nothing in it that was potentially harmful. That's what you would think, and that is not the case.
7 years ago, a birthday gift picked out with care turned into a nightmare. Ashley Haugen's older daughter Abigail wanted water beads, tiny little plastic pieces that look almost like cupcake sprinkles that, when wet, expand into squishy orbs.
My husband and I originally, we told her, no, we're not buying it, it's weird. And she was like, no, look at it.
They used to be used mostly for decorations and flower vases and for keeping plants hydrated, but in the last decade have been marketed as toys and even sensory tools for children with autism or other types of neurodivergence.
Our Playbox is loved by therapists.
My husband and I, we researched the product online. It said that it was non-toxic, so it didn't have even a trace of harmful chemicals in it. It was biodegradable, reusable, eco-friendly, and it warned that it was a choking hazard. And the girls have separate play areas, so we thought that everything would be fine.
About a month after her older sister's birthday, little 1-year-old Kipley got a rash around her mouth. Doctors thought it wasn't anything more serious than a skin condition or a soap allergy. Then weeks later, Kipley wouldn't sleep. Ashley and her husband were at a loss.
By July, Kipley, she woke up, and like I normally do, I would feed her, and when I fed her afterwards, she just started vomiting.
They took her to the ER.
But the surgeon came in and he said, look, I don't know what's wrong with your daughter, but if I don't do an emergency exploratory surgery, she's not gonna make it. So we all just sat and prayed, and the surgeon came out and he showed us a picture. And he said, do you know what this is? And the picture was of the water bead material that we had purchased for Abigail's 6th birthday.
You don't feel good.
After terrifying days, Kipley ultimately seemed to recover, but she slowly developed new strange symptoms. She was clumsy and jerking around and stopped answering to her name.
The developmental pediatrician, he ruled everything else that it could possibly be out, and he diagnosed her with toxic brain encephalopathy, which is a brain injury due to exposure to chemicals.
That chemical, she says, likely from the water beads, a toy Ashley thought was non-toxic.
Parents have no idea. They have no idea that there can be products in their houses that contain harmful chemicals, and they can be labeled as non-toxic, and companies can get away with it, especially companies overseas.
Are water beads non-toxic or toxic?
I wouldn't trust any non-toxic labeling on water beads. There's companies marking that on products, and there's not standards out there that say what non-toxic means.
The Consumer Product Safety Commission oversees thousands of product categories in the United States. They issue recalls with companies for things like toys that exceed lead paint regulations or break rules on choking hazards. But the way laws are written, they often have to negotiate with manufacturers and can't make immediate warnings. Those can take months or years. And according to Commissioner Richard Trumka, the word non-toxic is no guarantee, especially when it comes to water beads.
CPSC's conducted testing of water beads and found concerning levels of acrylamides. It's not a label that the companies have run by us and gotten our approval on, or any other government agency. So I wouldn't take them at face value.
He says if a product has a hazardous substance, manufacturers are supposed to disclose that.
And if they're not doing that, it's a violation of the Federal Hazardous Substances Act. And if they're going beyond that and saying that a toxic product is non-toxic in their marketing, they're going to have a problem with the Federal Trade Commission.
Some products, like art supplies, have independent certification through organizations that test themselves and give their seal of approval. though we found many kids' art supplies labeled as non-toxic that aren't on the list of certified products. And with no pre-approval of these labels by our regulatory agency and the inability for the government to test every single product that goes to market, non-toxic has become nonsense to parents like Ashley.
All of us were thinking, okay, non-toxic, it's regulated, so it should be fine. She should be fine.
Our analysis of government data collected from around 100 emergency departments across the country shows that in 8 years, the number of kids going in for water bead-related injuries has been increasing. Trumpka says at least 8,000 kids have been hurt by water beads. At least one has died. The CPSC recently issued a recall of one kit and now has warned about the danger of all water beads.
We told retailers that these things pose a hazard and said, is this really what you want to be selling to your consumers? And then let them make the choice.
In December, Trumpka wrote to major retailers asking them to stop selling water beads. Many of them quickly made that commitment to pull products. Target, Walmart, Amazon, and others. Our team has watched listings disappear slowly online and products removed from shelves. We bought this Hobby Lobby kit. You can see water beads scratched off the package, and there are none inside the box.
I think at this point, we've made such tremendous progress that I'm very happy with where we're at.
Should Congress do more?
Congress could do more, and Chairman Pallone of the Energy and Commerce Committee is a real leader on this issue and has put forward a bill to ban water beads, which I support.
Because while many are gone, we found other stores online still selling them, some at a steep discount, as a last chance sale product.
I would certainly be concerned if companies see the writing on the wall and start trying to sell these off at a discount and make sure they're flooded into the market. What we have seen is commitments from some of these companies to destroy the inventory that they have in stock, which is a fantastically responsible move.
And we found there are still plenty of listings for water beads to be used in flower vases or as decor, some of them still brightly colored and appear to have been previously sold or used as toys. Like this listing, labeled as a decoration, but with an old review from someone showing a small child playing in a pool of them.
Toys and water beads for decor now. That's something that they've been pushing.
We showed them to Ashley.
7,000 bought in the past month, 3,000 bought in the past month. I think people are buying these and they have no idea what they are bringing into their homes.
And this is why she wants a full ban on water beads. And she's taken her fight to Washington.
I'm very hopeful.
Ashley is now known as that water bead lady, a title she proudly took as a representative for other parents. And she says there's more to be done.
I'm doing this because if I don't, kids are going to die.
She wants warnings on products that could kill or leave lifelong marks.
Getting rid of the water beads.
If we're supposed to protect our kids, which is what most loving, caring parents want to do, then we need that information in order to keep our kids safe.